moving through the ranks, becoming CEO in July 2009. As CEO, you constantly have to deal with political risks when it comes to operating in countries like Nigeria. How do you handle volatile situations when they come up?
I think the first one is always you have to remind yourself that you are in the business for 40, 50 years. So short-term crisis management should not affect your long-term strategy. So that's the first one. The second one is clearly you cannot have high-risk countries only in your portfolio. So you need to find the mix. So in Shell, what we do is 60–70% of our cash flows and our investments go into what we call OECD countries, and the rest into higher risk countries. So with that, you try to balance your long-term cash flow, and therefore, if you want to more high-risk countries, you have to increase your investment in the lower risk countries. Risk here is defined as political stability and fiscal stability.
So Maura, really one of the reasons about all this, you have always thought that Rossport could be the rallying cry for the unfinished business of 1916, haven't you?
Yes, I have, and particularly coming up to the centenary of 1916 now. I mean, we're only a few years away, 5 years.
So why do you think that Rossport should be the key?
Well, I think that because the issue is as big as it is, and it encompasses everything that's rotten and has been allowed to develop rottenly in the States over the past nearly 100 years, that Rossport is as good a place as any to stop what's going on there, and by stopping it and winning, you can then, I believe, start to begin to dismantle the processes that fed into that.
Well, how important is it to get back our resources?
Well, it's...
I mean, is that part of the revolution, that we actually begin to control our natural resources, which is our wealth?
Well, that's what the original revolution, or rebellion, was supposed to be about anyway. And in a way, as far as I believe, we have become more beholden or controlled now at this stage by outside forces, although certainly equally controlled by them, as the people were in the years leading up to 1916.
If we began to control our own resources, we would then own the terminal.
Yes, but this is where the two sides of this issue have to be addressed or taken in tandem. The local is that where the refinery is built is within the catchment area of the regional water supply. So it doesn't matter whether it's owned by Shell or owned by the Irish state. In Scotland, which has a longer history of fossil fuel development, they don't consider building a refinery within the catchment area of a regional water supply.
So what you are saying is that the objection is because it's near drinking water?
That's a basic objection.
And that's a basic thing.